name is Brandy Reed. I've been living here in Tennessee for about 20 years, but I grew up in California. I am a person who has pretty much struggled with weight gain and loss throughout my entire life. Growing up in California, there's kind of an unwritten silent rule that you are not allowed to be more than 10 pounds overweight, or don't leave your house because none of us want to see you. And so I started to get made fun of in school, got bullied a lot, and so then, of course, got bigger because McDonald's was the only salvation for me after school, whatever. So started to gain weight, started gaining more in weight, and then when I was about just graduated high school, I knew I was at a crossroads. And I knew that either I was going to go down this road, which is be a big fat fatty club member, which is what I was, or I could change my life and therefore change how I felt about myself and regain some confidence. So it was the first time in my life that I actually lost a bunch of weight. I lost about 65 pounds. And I went into modeling solely for the purpose of just proving to myself that I could change and be the different person than all the kids in school were telling me that I was. So I had a brief stint in modeling for about 3 years. I lived in Paris, I lived in London, I did that whole thing. And I kept my weight off for I'd say about a good 5 or 6 years. Moved out here in my early 20s for music, of course, and still continued to keep my weight off, kept it off. And then I met my husband and realized that I could cook. Now this is the key, because see, I didn't know that I could cook, but I found out that I had this natural talent for cooking, and oh my God, I can make pies from scratch. This is so much fun. Oh my God. And when you learn to start cooking, you don't ever learn to cook the good stuff. You're not learning how to cook all these great, paleo type things. No, you're learning to cook pies and cinnamon rolls and all these things that you shouldn't be eating. And then you're in the comfort of a relationship with a man or a woman who loves you for who you are. And so yeah, started to climb back up, climb back up, climb back up. So embarrassing as it is, it was before I started this diet, I got up to 221 pounds. Now, the thing about me is I'm really tall and I'm big boned, so nobody ever would believe I weigh as much as I do, but the scale does not lie. And when I saw that I was up to like 221, it was another one of those crossroads moments where it's like, hey, look, there's some issues going on. This is not cool. But what really kicked me in to doing this diet was, first of all, I was getting dizzy spells, and I just wasn't feeling good because I'm 43 years old, and you get to a point in your life where all of a sudden your body starts to rebel if you're not treating it right. When you're young, you can get away with that stuff, but when you're older, it's like, no, you cannot. So I was getting dizzy spells, and I suffered with those for like 4 years, just like vertigo and weird feelings and just not feeling good. But what really did it was I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning one night, and I felt this incredible pain that I'd never experienced before, and it was shooting down into my knee, and I went to get up out of bed, and it felt like my leg had popped out of socket, and I, of course, freaked out. My husband wakes up, he sees me against the wall, I'm trying to jerk my leg out. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know, I feel like my leg popped out of the socket. So I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it was a really bad pinched nerve. It might have been a slip disc or whatever, but regardless, I walked on a cane for like a month. Could not walk, had to basically just sit on the couch. And that was one of those moments where I thought, my body is really not being shy about telling me exactly what's going on with me. So I was in this tremendous amount of pain. It really scared me because I didn't know what was happening. And as luck would have it, Kessner Health and Wellness was just introducing this diet. I mean, it just could not have been more perfect timing for me. And I thought, yes, this is something that I need to do. And I was scared because, you get to be this age and you're told that when you get to be over 40, the weight's not going to come off like it does when you're young. And so I was really kind of skeptical, thinking, yeah, well, whatever. But they guaranteed that in the first 40 days you'd lose 20 pounds. And I thought, well, hey, 20 pounds is a great start. That at least brings me down to at least 200 pounds, and that's a great start. So I went on it, and it was the best decision that I have made probably ever. The difference in how I feel is, it's hard to explain. It's incredible. The first thing I noticed the first week that I did it was the weight was just dropping off, which I could not believe. But when I got up every day and I stepped on that scale, it was literally a pound lighter. I was literally losing a pound a day. Could not believe it. Kept me totally motivated. Plus just the whole dealing with like Lauren and being able to come in and get your consultations, getting the weighs in. Then you do like also a journal, which to me was one of the most successful parts of this whole diet plan, was keeping the journal, because every day I got to wake up and write what my new weight was, which always made me happy. You keep very strict track of what you're eating, what your calories are. And I noticed within the first couple of weeks that I wasn't having dizzy spells. And people cannot understand what a miracle that was for me, because I lived in fear for like 4 solid years. I was afraid to drive my car because I never knew when the dizzy spells were going to hit me. I'd have to wait till my husband got home from work after working all day to take me to the grocery store because I wouldn't drive myself. Couldn't go see my brother in Mount Juliet, which is 45 minutes away, afraid to get in the car. So I felt like all my independence had been taken away. So getting rid of the dizzy spells was amazing. And so that was the first thing. And then, of course, the hip started to heal, started to feel better, because I started to think that it never was going to heal. It hurt all the time. I never could feel right again walking. I walked with a limp. But as the weight started to pour off of me, all of a sudden it was just like feeling better and better and better. And now I have lost 35 pounds. Still want to lose 10 more. But I've lost 35 pounds and I feel like I'm in my early 30s again. And I thought those days were behind me. I really did. This also re-taught me how to eat, because it was almost like I had amnesia and forgot at one point what you're supposed to put in your body and what you're not. And for years it was just like eating whatever I want and being reckless and who cares and whatever. And it really re-taught me how to eat. And that has been a miracle because of just how good I feel every day when I wake up. My body is going to be with me for as long as I can have it around. And if I don't start treating it well, it's not going to be good for me. And so I was really glad that I did this. I mean, it changed everything. And let me tell you something else. This is probably just for the women out there, because we're all very vain. When you go into your closet and you can pull out clothes that you put in the back and you shove in the back, because in your mind you're thinking, one day maybe I'll get back in that shirt, maybe one day I'll get back in that pair of pants. Yeah, so like when you go in that closet and you pull out that pair of pants or that shirt or that dress and you can wear it again, the most amazing feeling ever.